Hey there again, Erica Swarthy Daisy here. Quick update video to let you all know about my latest results. These were actually updated in December 2018, so I'll just call it the 2019 23andme DNA update. So as you all know, I have several results from different companies, including 23andme, Ancestry, Family Tree DNA, etc. But given that I've had the results on file with 23andme so long, I've had several updates and changes. So if you want to check out my playlist below, you can check out some of my older videos to see how my older results looked. So taking a look at one of my older reports, I was 92.3% Sub-Saharan African, and that's broken down with West African at 88%, Central and South African 2.1%, East African at less than 0.1%, and broadly Sub-Saharan African at 2.2%. For the European, I had 7.2%. That was broken down with Northwestern European at 4.9%, British and Irish at 3.8%, broadly Northwestern European at 1.2%, Southern European at 1.1%, broadly Southern European at 1.1%, and broadly European at 1.2%. And lastly, on my old report, I had East Asian and Native American at 0.1%, broken down by Southeast Asian at less than 0.1%, East Asian at less than 0.1%, broadly East Asian at less than 0.1%, and broadly East Asian and Native American at less than 0.1%. And then overall, the unassigned was 0.4%. So taking a look at my new results, I have Sub-Saharan African at 93.1%, and that's broken down by Ghanaian, Liberian, and Sierra Leonean at 25.9%. And it says that the people of the coastal countries above the Gulf of Guinea are genetically similar and are distinct from neighboring regions. Now taking a look at the Nigerian, I'm at 25.7%, and it says Nigeria's population is the largest in Africa and one of the most diverse, with over 250 ethnic groups, including the Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, and Igbo people. Next is the Congolese at 10.8%, and it says beginning around 3,000 years ago, the genetic tapestry of the Congo Basin was transformed by the influx of Bantu-speaking peoples from the north. Next, we have Senegambian and Guinean at 9.4%, and it says the people of Senegal, the Gambia, Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau share many traditions. Today, around 20% of African American ancestry is from this region. Then we have African hunter-gatherer at 0.2%, and it says African hunter-gatherer populations represent some of the most genetically distinct branches in the human family tree. Then I have Sudanese at 0.1%, and it says the people of Sudan and South Sudan are ethnically diverse following a history of migration between East Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. So the next is broadly West African at 15.9%, and it has a lot of information here, but it says basically before European colonization and the Atlantic slave trade, West Africans were united under a series of powerful empires, resulting in broad similarities in music, clothing, art, and cuisine. And basically, broadly, West African DNA may match several populations, which makes it difficult to assign to just one. The next is broadly Congolese and Southern East African at 2.1%. Again, a lot of information, but it just talks about the term Bantu, which is widely used to describe the largest part of Africa's ethno-linguistic families with Iron Age roots near present-day Nigeria and Cameroon. And then lastly, for this category, we have broadly Sub-Saharan African at 3.0%. And again, the genetic diversity of Sub-Saharan Africa reflects both the deep history of humans in the region and the recent migrations that have carried people from Western Africa to both Southern and Eastern Africa. And the next category is European at 6.5%, and it breaks it down with British and Irish at 1.9%. And it says descended from Celtic, Saxon, and Viking ancestors, the people of Great Britain and Ireland have left their genetic fingerprints around the world. The next is Scandinavian at 0.3%, and it says Scandinavians owe much of their linguistic and genetic heritage to medieval North Germanic tribes who established settlements around the North Sea. Next, we have broadly Northwestern European at 2.2%, and it says Northwestern Europeans are represented by people from as far west as Ireland, as far north as Norway, as far east as Finland, and as far south as France. Then next we have broadly Southern European at 0.9%. Southern Europe, including the Iberian, Italian, and Balkan peninsulas, as well as the island of Malta, is a region defined in great part by the Mediterranean Sea. And the last one is broadly European at 1.3%, and it says some European DNA is difficult to assign confidently to one population and receives a broadly designation. And as you see at the bottom, my unassigned category went from 0.4% on my old report to 0.3% on this new report. So as you all might have noticed, I no longer have any East Asian or Native American DNA, so that has officially dropped off of the updated reports. So actually, I'm happy to have more of a breakdown of my DNA through 23andme, so the categories aren't as broad. So they do have a note in some of their categories to let you know that they are doing more research as more samples come in. So I'm sure these results will continue to change, but I just want to let y'all know what was going on here lately with my DNA results. So if you're interested in learning more about my previous results, you can check the description box below for my DNA playlist. If you're interested in purchasing a kit for yourself, also check the description box below. And if you have any experience with any updated results and have any feelings about this, leave some dialogue in the comments below as well. So again, this is Erica Swarthy Daisy. Thank you all so much for your support, and thank you for watching. Bye.